Hi everyone, my name is Amy DiGiammo and I did my presentation on an article called Proposal for $15 Minimum Wage Divides Business Owners. This article is about the fight for the increase in minimum wage, capping off at $15 an hour in 2021 in Massachusetts. I chose this article because it fits nicely with one of the themes of Week 5, human relations. I hope you enjoy my presentation. Before I explain what is currently happening in Massachusetts, it is important to understand the political atmosphere around the time of 1938 when the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 was enacted. In 1932, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected president. He was faced with several challenges, one of them being lifting the country out of the Great Depression. One of FDR's most famous quotes is, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself," which was stated in response to the economic disparity of the times. FDR was trying to instill confidence and hope after the Great Depression. The New Deal packaged together a multitude of bills enabling emergency legislation and giving FDR tremendous political and economic powers. Many people refer to this as a day of alphabet soup government because of the acronyms for the bills. There were several responses to the New Deal. There was support for it, saying that it was a necessary adjustment of capitalism while the motor was running to save free enterprise. Others looked negatively upon it, saying that socialism was creeping in. The role of the government increased, and there was a shift in the balance of labor from the financiers of Wall Street to the farmers and organized labor. Regardless of the feelings of the public, one thing was certain: human relations was becoming more important than ever before. The Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 was a highlight of the legislative acts passed in this time period. The Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 established a guaranteed minimum wage of 25 cents per hour and a guaranteed maximum work week of 44 hours, with time and a half pay for hours over that. This was one of the acts that marked the shift from Adam Smith's invisible hand to Reisman's glad hand, from private to public charity, and from the Protestant ethic to the social ethic. Shifting gears to the current article that I chose, titled Proposal for $15 Minimum Wage Divides Business Owners. State legislators in Massachusetts are discussing bills to raise the minimum wage from $11 an hour to $15 an hour by 2021. With this bill, the minimum wage of Massachusetts will be raised $1 per year starting in 2018, reaching a peak at $15 per hour in 2021. With an $11 minimum wage, full-time workers are making $23,000 annually, which many are calling unacceptable. Daniel Donahue, the sponsor of the House bill, states that in order to pay for the average two-bedroom apartment in Massachusetts, a minimum wage employee must work 94 hours a week. He states that no one who works full-time should be compensated so little that they cannot meet their basic needs. As expected, there are views for and against this bill. The pros for increasing the minimum wage are that it would cause an increase in employment rates, the belief that if the minimum wage is increased, more people will be inclined to work. Also, there will be a lower job turnover because employees are more likely to stick with the jobs that they have if they are satisfied with their pay. With this, businesses will save money on recruiting and training new employees because it will be less frequent. People believe that it will increase the employees' quality of life who are receiving an increase in pay. Next, if people have more money to spend, they will put more money into the local economy because they will be inclined to spend more money. Lastly, loyalty. If employees feel that they are appreciated and are being compensated rightfully, they are more likely to stay with the company and remain honest and true to their superiors. Some companies who are in support of this bill are the Worcester County Food Bank, Pure Juice, and Equal Exchange. However, there are several cons of increasing the minimum wage. First, it adds to high operating costs and to the pile of expenses that Massachusetts businesses already pay. This includes rising healthcare, heating rates, and property tax. Small businesses are especially at risk. Also, many people claim that this drastic increase of minimum wages, $4 in 4 years, will not be gradual enough for businesses to adapt. An effect of the drastic changes in the past has caused small businesses to cut and reduce the number of employees to offset the increased operating expenses. Another type of category of businesses that is especially at risk is the retail community. Massachusetts' retailers must pay employees time and a half on Sundays. This results in a $22.50 hourly wage. Most retail businesses cannot afford this, but if they do not operate on Sundays, then they should just close their doors altogether, as it's the biggest sales per hour day of the week, states John Hurst, president of the Retailers Association of Massachusetts. Some opposing organizations include Small Businesses and Retailers Association of Massachusetts. In conclusion, both the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 and the ideas to increase the minimum wage in Massachusetts today show that human relations is timeless. They both advocate for an increase in the minimum wage. There's a constant push to improve the workers' quality of life. The article that I focused on today reflects the ideas of the business atmosphere in 1938, the human relations movement. The thoughts and principles of the social persons theories are still relevant today. My first discussion question that I have for you guys is, do you think that Massachusetts should increase the minimum wage $1 every year, starting in 2018 and capping off at $15 per hour in 2021? Why or why not? My second question compares the minimum wage to Pennsylvania's. I'm from Massachusetts, so I was wondering if the minimum wage in Massachusetts is currently $11 per hour, and in Pennsylvania it's $7.25. If it reaches $15 in 2021, and Pennsylvania does not increase its minimum wage, there would be a $7.75 difference. What are your thoughts on the extreme wage difference between Massachusetts and Pennsylvania?